Okay. There I am. I had to add me. I had to add me. Thank you, Vanessa. I don't know if you're this way, but like hearing my voice back makes me cringe. So I appreciate that. I am live on StreamYard now, Vanessa. I don't know if I know how to send the link. I sent it to the YouTube one. So it should be in the comments on the YouTube one to join the StreamYard live so that I can have a better experience for you guys through my laptop. I really cannot believe this is happening to me right now. Vanessa, if that link works for you, will you let me know, or somebody let me know that you can get in on the StreamYard link? What else can I do? Okay. Because I don't want to confuse anybody. So I need to go in and change this video so that people are not coming on my YouTube trying to get coming to the live that is not working correctly. So I'm going to go in and you know what? This is very, 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 very frustrating. But all is well. Whatever this is trying to frustrate me, you are not going to win. Not today. Not today. Is anybody? Oh, yay. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to pop over to YouTube and make private that YouTube link so that people what just happened? Okay. So that people are not coming over there trying to wait on me and something like that. And I have that has never happened. Let me see. What do I need to do? How are you, love? I posted a link. I need to post. Actually, I can StreamYard for a StreamYard live because the YouTube one is not working for some reason. So if I can get you the link, I can get you to come over to StreamYard, and I would have all of you guys in one place and not go back and forth to talk to you guys. Where did that go? Where did that go? You all, I promise you so much that I am normally together. I promise you I am. Oh, great. Thank you. I'm glad I got it right. Great to see you as well, or talk to you. Talk to you. I'm trying to I am trying to that is what is that? It's telling me that I'm live in like two different places. So what is going on? I'm going to click off of that because I got like too much going on. StreamYard. Okay. Is anybody else? Oh, nobody else is in StreamYard. I'm afraid that people don't know about it because this link has been posted all of this time. You're telling me I'm live, but although that's not the case because you won't let me go live. YouTube. I'm so sorry, y'all. That's still just saying scheduled. Okay. You know what? Okay, so I'm live, but not. Am I live from that link, Vanessa? Like the initial one that's been up this week. I don't know if you've seen it, but that's the one that I was trying to go. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate it because I am normally. That's why I'm kind of freaking out a little bit right now because I'm normally like all the ducks be in a row, all the I's dotted, all the T's crossed. So this is frustrating to me, but I don't want this to get us off track for today. I just want to, um, that's unlisted. Why is that unlisted? I don't want it unlisted. I want it public. Okay. So we're going to do that. Publish this, and I will edit it later. Okay. So that live is public. Hopefully I am, the quality is better here on my phone. Okay. Okay. Well, I tell you what, we're just going to roll with it then because we're already 12 minutes in. And I hope that if people have their notifications on, they can see that I'm live. Because I don't really see, I think Vanessa, I think you're the only one that was on StreamYard anyway. And then I don't know what's going on with the other YouTube that's scheduled. But anyway, let's move on. Thank you guys for joining me on today. I really appreciate your time. It is very valuable to me. That is why I'm all over the place. But I'm going to ground myself right now. And we are going to talk about fasting and some other stuff today. Can you hear me well as well, Vanessa? Because I know that my mic was plugged into the laptop and not my phone. So I hope that the volume is or the audio is good as well. So yeah. Somebody said something. First of all, it works correctly. Hey, that's my son. That's my son in the chat. That's my son in the chat. He's looking out for his mama to make sure that everything is everything. Okay, thank you, sweetheart. So we're just gonna roll with this because I have some things that I want to talk about, and maybe you guys do too. So we're gonna move forward with the live. So somebody today said something to me about, or I overheard somebody say, "Mindful May." And I was like, I hear like the M's and the M's like Taco Tuesday. I've talked about Taco Tuesday, and I've also heard like, Motivation Monday and maybe even Mindful Monday, but Mindful May. I really like, there's my hubby. Thank you, baby. My guys, I got my husband and my son, he's 13, in my home, and they are both so supportive. So I appreciate them. But yeah, Mindful May. And you think about mindfulness, and mindfulness really goes hand in hand, or it can, with fasting. I know that I have been more mindful, more aware of my body, my thoughts, my food since I've been fasting. And I know that I feel like I have so much more clarity when I'm not partaking in anything. Um, my mind is clear, and like I went to the gym today for the first time in a week. Um, and I just I think I'm starting to enjoy exercise, y'all, a little bit. And that says a lot for me because I've always disliked it. But there's a YouTuber that I listen to, and her first name is Marissa. I can't think of her last name, but I know she says she believes in a lot of positive self-talk. And that could go both ways, but like tell yourself something until you believe it, because your mind is going to believe whatever you tell it. So if you tell it, you know, I like to exercise. I I enjoy exercise. Then eventually you will start believing that and feeling that way. So, but I mean, I'm not just telling myself that, I'm actually feeling it. I'm like, oh, like this is this could be my me time where my mind is just thinking nothing. I think I put in a TV show at first in my earbuds, and I was like, you know what? No, quiet the noise. Quiet the noise. So that's what I did, and I felt so good. Would you say, Elaine? Oh, glad to hear. I can only see someone likes exercise. Well, I said, I think I might. That is yet to be determined. But that's because today I did it my way, because we had a trainer last week, and he uh pushed us well beyond our limits. I mean, I didn't fall out, so I guess it wasn't beyond my limits, but I was sore for a week. And I didn't go back for a week, and I don't want to do that. Like, what's the purpose if I want to be able to enjoy it? So, going and doing it the way that I enjoy doing it is better than what I was doing, which was nothing at all. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I told him today because he saw us walk in. He was like, yeah, I'll get you started here in a little bit on the upper body. And I was like, nah, we got our nephew with me today. He's going to show us the ropes. I just want to know how to use the machines, and then I'll decide what I want to do. And if I need your help, I'll let you know. So I'm sure he was fine with that. That's what we did, and I actually enjoyed it. But let's talk about fasting first. So are you all fasting today? Or do you have a different schedule? Um, and it doesn't even have to be I don't want to keep saying, I guess, alternate day fasting, because that may not be what everybody wants to do, is alternate day fasting. And I completely understand that some people swear by all the different, intermittent fasting options that, you know, it's good that there's an array of options so that you can find what is working for you. You 20 hours in right now, Vanessa. Congratulations. Great job. Great job. I meant to look I meant to look at the app before I popped on, but I literally left the gym at 5:30 and was, of course, you know, scheduled for the live at 6. So I didn't even think about it then. Um, I just know that I did go at midnight. I was late. It was late. I normally am done by 7, 8 o'clock, but I like wanted a popsicle or something. So that I had been fasting for 2 hours, and I just had to have it. So I'm like, it's flexible. I got a whole 36 hours ahead of me, so that's fine. Elaine, you're doing OMAD. I understand. And listen, honey, I had to do the same thing. I had to start in, um, and this has been years, working my way up to it. But the initial one was just the 16 and 8. That's the most common one. I don't know if it's the most popular one, but that's the first one I heard of. And then I got up to 18 and 6. And I think with what I felt like, well, this one isn't working, or it's not working for me. So I did OMAD, and I really would have sworn by OMAD as well, but I wasn't disciplined enough to do OMAD. I think what I needed to do though was make my give myself like an hour, hour and a half eating window because I do eat slow, so I need more than like a short window, but I don't need a long one. I do not need a long one. So yeah, uh, I love intermittent fasting just altogether, and I'm learning more as I'm planning to make this my lifestyle. I've been doing more and more research. I'm a researcher at heart. At this point, I don't know everything that there is to know about fasting, but I do know that it works. I know that it's good for us. And I know that I feel better mentally, physically, and spiritually and emotionally when I'm fasting. So, what else did I want to say to you all? I got some talking points over here. Um, and I listen, let me I'm going to be very transparent. That's just I have been an open book my whole life when it comes to sharing, sometimes oversharing, sometimes I get myself in trouble because I don't know when to be quiet and quit telling my business. But I have gotten better at that. But I do want to tell you all the last couple of lives I've had, there was an empty room. And I was okay with that because I'm still trying to grow my channel. Um, and I don't want you all like, because right now, Vanessa and Aline, and I guess my kid and my husband, maybe if they're still over there, you all, I don't want you to feel like you have to stay in here. you know you Everybody's time is valuable, so if you have to pop off, please know that I will understand, because I'm long-winded. I'm trying to get better about that, but I'm a storyteller, and I'm trying to learn to cut out the unnecessary details because I'm very detail oriented. So um let's though focus on fasting. I said my channel is what I want for this in the community that I'm trying to build is for us to focus on the total wellness, working on your emotional and mental health at the same time, and self development. Because, I used to just feel like I was who I was. Like, I thought because I am myself, I know myself, right? No. So I had learned over the years and as I became more self-aware, I learned that I didn't know myself at all. So the last 3 or 4 years have been a journey for me to on becoming more self-aware and um developing myself. And right now, my goal is to create a life that I love. And what I mean by that is anything that does not bring me peace and joy, it's got to go. And sometimes I get in my own way. So I have to tell myself to stop, or you need to do this differently, or you need to work on that. So what I have realized through this journey that chat away, Demetra. I'm very comfortable sitting in my recliner. I love your channel. Thank you, sweetheart. That means so much to me. And listen. I'm gonna try not to rock, but I'm over here in my recliner too, and this is my favorite one. I, my goal is to. I've had a lot of trauma in my life, and I've always said and I don't want to delve too deep in religion because I don't know what people's beliefs are, and I definitely don't want to offend anybody because I respect everybody's beliefs. But what for me, I believe in God, and I said, God, there's a reason for this pain. I have not been through all of this trauma in my life just to sit on it. I know that it has to be meant. What do you want me to do with this? And I've been praying about it and trying to find my way um through this over the years, and then I finally broke and had a little bit of a mental, or a lot of bit of a mental, yeah, a lot of bit of a mental breakdown about 3 years ago, and I've discovered a lot since then. So as much as like it's uncomfortable for me to and I feel like I should be looking here. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss you all's comments as well. But I want to make sure that I do what God has called for me to do with this. Um, and so my weight, first of all, that's why I chose to focus on my weight with my channel, because it all goes together. Like there's a reason why I was at my heaviest 372 pounds in 2007. Had weight loss surgery, um lost 168 pounds, I think it was, and then gained back when I had my son. Got pregnant with my youngest, and then lost some again, and then had plastic surgery, and then um lost a little and then gained more. Like, but there's something within me that causes me to keep going to food for comfort or for joy or celebration, and all of these things. So I don't want to continue on that vicious cycle. Like, I'm sure a lot of us have heard of Wegovy or semaglutide. What's the other one? Ozempic, uh, and that family of medications for weight loss. So one of my coworkers, last year, I guess it was, late last year, told me about, she was taking semaglutide to lose weight, and she was going through a compound pharmacy. And I was like, oh, wow, I'm going to try that. And I tried it for about 6 months. I lost a ton. I lost like I won't say a ton of weight, but I lost 14 pounds at the beginning and like fell off. And my mind was so clear, like whatever is whatever's in that medicine. I'm taking medicine. I don't know the full um um science on, but it makes your, like, I wasn't thinking about food and I felt like a normal person for the first time in my life. So I thought, this is it. I finally found something that's going to help me lose weight, shut off the food noise. And turns out that was temporary. So I stopped. Well, I stopped going uh, because I quit my job. So I can no longer afford to continue paying for that medicine, because, of course, it's out of pocket if you're not diabetic, and I'm not. So what I found was that I was going to have to, like, there's going to be no easy way. I've done it all. I've done weight loss surgery. I've done plastic surgery. I've tried medications that are working for most people, and it's not working for me. So once I started journaling, I just felt like that is kind of my go-to. I try to do that on my fasting days so that whatever I got going on, good or bad, I get those thoughts out on paper. And it really has made a wealth of a difference. I had a subscriber ask me, how do I get through my fasting days? And staying busy is one major key for me, because of course I'm doing alternate day fasting. So, and I have my husband, I have my son here, and they still eat. I don't want to have conversations about food with them, and I tell them that's a boundary I have. Don't ask me about food. Let's not talk about food. They know the day before what they're going to have for dinner on my fast days. And sorry, that's getting ready to fall off my table. So they respect that, and I do well. But I try to stay busy because I do create content on YouTube, which I just started back. I have a ton of videos dating back maybe to 2016, documenting my plastic surgery journey. That's where I started. And then I did some Weight Watchers content about 3 years ago, right before I had my mental breakdown. Then I stopped creating content because I had a mental breakdown. And then I came back just this month, April, I think. Because I said it's time. It's time for me to do something with this and not just sit on it. So, my talking points. First of all, I do have I want to mention my fasting circle. The link will be in this description box, and it's in the description box of any other videos that I have up already, to where we can fast together or we can communicate through that app. I can see your fast, you can see my fast. It's just another layer of support, and I use that app daily. And if you click on the link for the Life Fasting app, and I think it's even in my community tab, there is a link to it. Yes, I think I just posted it yesterday. A link to my Life Fasting circle. How many meals do you eat on your feasting days? I don't eat breakfast. So I was 2 meals and maybe a snack. So in the mornings, I do have a cup of coffee with a tablespoon of sugar-free creamer. So that's 30 calories, which I don't count calories. But the reason I'm telling you that how many calories is in it is because I also do that on my fasting days. So I do what they call a dirty fast, because I do allow myself to have that sugar-free coffee creamer for 30 calories on my fasting days. And then I also have, if I need it, I will drink a zero sugar Gatorade. The little, I think they're the 8 ounce, the smaller bottles. I have those. Maybe have one or two of those depending on what I got going on. And then I will have lunch around maybe 12 or 1. So my coffee in the morning, and I'm an early bird. So um I'd say about 7:30, 8 o'clock at the latest, I'll have my coffee. And I have just like I'm not a black coffee drinker, so I need it as creamy as can be. So I actually fix my coffee on the smallest, on the Keurig, the smallest cup that's on there. I use that. And then I'll have lunch, and it's typically a salad, or right now I'm just really craving avocados. So I have been eating avocados. My lunch is typically not that heavy. And then whatever I have for dinner is a whole different conversation because we do freezer meals here. And that's a long story. But it is working so well for me. And it really works because I'm the main cook in my home. So I don't even have to think about cooking. Because the directions are on the package, and I typically will make sure that they have the leftovers from the day before. So what we had yesterday is what my guys will have today for their dinner. Tuesday for us is always Taco Tuesday. We have some kind of Mexican of some sort on Tuesdays because I love Mexican and they do too. So we will have something along the lines of that. We usually use like the low carb tortilla shells, and we all like different things. So my husband will use the shells and he'll make soft tacos. My son, he likes his tacos toasted, and then I am I bounce around. So yesterday I actually made a taco salad for the first time using those low carb with the bigger shells. Maybe those weren't low carb. The bigger, like, I don't know if they're 12-inch or how big they are, but they're bigger shells. And I fried it on my own. And then, which is not the healthiest. I'm not going to say that I eat healthy for dinner, because we just like we'll have a Mississippi roast, or we may have a steak. We had steak, broccoli and cheese, and Mexican street corn one day this week. And I try to keep it simple too. If I can pop it in the air fryer or steam it in the microwave, that's what I'm gonna do. So, and I don't know if you all have other people that live in the home with you where you have to, worry about them, whether you're the cook or not, even just, them being around you eating dinner on, um, during your fasting hours, even if you're not doing ADF. Um, so you just have to kind of depends on your lifestyle and, whether or not you work outside of the home or not, um, on how you want to structure things. Um, what else I was telling you about the fasting circle. So if you want to join, the link is in the community tab or any video, and it will be in this live. Um, oh, so I wanted to show you guys this. I talked before on one of my videos about the 12-week year. And I don't know if you've heard of that book before. I'm trying to remember the name of the author, but I can't at the moment. But the link to his book is also in my description box as well. And I haven't read the whole book right now because it's like I'm trying to apply so many different things that I want to apply it before I don't want to take the time to read the book. I want to know what the process is. Then I'll get the book. I've got the book. Then I will, read the book as needed. But so the process is basically, instead of setting your New Year's resolutions that you want to lose weight or that you want to, for example, I'll give you mine. I want to read more. I want to journal more and meditate more and pray more. And of course, my weight loss and just more self-development and goals and things that I have for myself. So, and my YouTube channel, and I was looking for a new job and all these different things. So, but what you do is you treat 12 weeks as if it's a year instead of, 365 days or 12 months, 52 weeks. You treat 12 weeks as a year. And then you set goals in 12-week increments. So what I did was this is my move this mic out of the way so I can show you better. This is my 12-week year. And I filled this out. This is a I made a PDF for you guys if you are interested in practicing the 12-week year to see how it works for you. The link will be in the description box of this live because it was in the description box of the one that I couldn't get working. So I will be sure to post it in this live so you can go back and get your free PDF download. And then you can print it out and fill it out the way that I did if you're interested. If nothing else, it has made me stay conscious of my goals and giving me a clear, concise deadline. So what I have on my first priority goal, number one, is to lose 30 pounds. And, instead of saying, I would like to lose like 60 pounds, but I want to keep it small and attainable in this moment so I could keep referring back to my goal. And then you also break it down into strategies of how are you going to achieve this goal, or what are you going to do to keep you motivated. So on all of my goals, my first goal was lose 30 pounds. My second one was, and this is all in a 12-week time span. My second one was to read one book. And then my third one was time management, because I spent a lot of time scrolling on the Facebook or the TikTok or even watching reality TV. And I would tell myself, girl, you sitting here watching other people live their lives. You need to get out and live yours. So time management, like, hey, I still love a good old reality show now. But balance. Like, I don't want to overdo it to where I feel like I'm not getting anything done. I'm not living my life or meeting my goals or doing anything like that. So I need to make sure that I am living my life instead of watching other people live theirs. So the first strategy for all of them was, what's my why? Why do I want to lose 30 pounds? Why do I want to read more? Why do I want to practice time management? And once you define your why with any of these things, you're laying the foundation, because you're going to have to refer back to that why if you lose sight of your goals. Remember why you're doing this. Why are you doing it? And there is no right or wrong. It's just personalized to your reason. And then, for each one, I listed the different strategies that I was going to do to achieve that goal. And I'll stick to the weight loss one so I don't get too far off track, because we're already 40 minutes into this live and I've barely touched on the talking points that I wanted to have, because from the beginning I got kind of frazzled. But for my strategy after what's my why for my weight loss, and I'll share my why with you. And it could be for vanity, because mine is a little bit kind of sort of for vanity. So y'all see this gray hair? Me and this gray hair have been at odds and ends since I was in my late 20s or better. This is the most that I've let it come out. I have dyed it and dyed it and dyed it. And then every now and then I'll say, I'm just going to let it grow out because I'm tired of dyeing it. And then that's short-lived. Well, this time I said, you know what? I'm 46 years old. And I earned these gray hairs and this wisdom. So I'm going to allow myself to accept it. However, I'm particular about my appearance and I'm self-conscious. So I do know that, like, I have to choose my battle. So I want to focus on my weight so that at least I'll be happy about that while I'm trying to embrace these gray hairs. That's my why. I want to, and I'm more confident. So my why is that I'm more confident when I'm smaller, and I don't want to be heavy with gray hair. As vain as it may sound, and the gray hair ain't going nowhere. So all of this, it's got to go. And I want to be healthier. Like, we're young, and we think when we're young, we think that we're invincible. We're always going to be healthy. We can eat however we want to. We can drink however we want to. And thank you, Vanessa. I get a lot of compliments on it. So I just wish that it would seep in here for me. I wish that I could see it. Because I told my husband that I wanted to color it like a month ago, and he was like, please don't. So he's the reason that I held on. But I'm glad, because I think that I will really like it. I think it's the two-toneness of it, but I'm not ready to cut it. So I think that's why I'm still wanting the black hair, because there's still some there. But thank you so much, Vanessa. So that's my why. And the other strategy was modified ADF. So I allowed myself, even though there's controversy over, well, modified ADF isn't really ADF because you're taking calories in. So you're just fasting. You're not really doing ADF. Call it what you want. I'm going to call it ADF. That's what I said, and I'm going to do a modified version. And that helped me at the beginning to get started, to be able to get through a day, to know that modified ADF, from the definition that I've looked at and how I define it, is you're allowed to have a max of 500 calories for the day. And that is considered modified ADF. So like one day I would just eat a regular old feast day. And then on my fasting day, I would allow myself 500 calories. And then I'd go back to my feast day. So I never was going a full day without eating. I did that for like the first week and a half to 2 weeks maybe. And then I got so busy one day and like it was 7 or 8 o'clock. And I was like, I haven't eaten today. And I didn't want to eat that late. So I just didn't. And then when I woke up the next day, I was like, oh, I can eat again. I can eat again. And I survived. So yeah, that's another strategy. And my third strategy is to exercise 3 days a week. We're going to the gym because my son wanted to go to the gym. He's 13 and he's been asking for like 2 years. And so he turned 13 in November. Y'all, November was not good for us. So he knew then that we could not go because my husband was in the hospital in November waiting on a heart transplant. He had a heart transplant January 23rd of this year. So, and he's doing amazing. He is doing so well. So once things settled down in our life, which was just here recently, I was like, okay, let's go to the gym. Well, he can't go without an adult. So because my husband is in cardiac rehab for his new heart, he can't go to the gym. So it's me. So I'm going for my son. That's my why as far as why I'm exercising. And then it looks like I might even enjoy it once it's all said and done. So anyway, long-winded. If you're interested, grab your PDF. It will be in the description box. And it just says 12-week year journey to self, where the journey leads to you. That, my friend, is a mouthful to me. I named my channel. I renamed my channel in April when I came back. I'm very intentional about everything that I do. And I needed to know, I needed to decide what I want, what the foundation that I wanted my channel to be, what the basis of it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Risa. I have been listening while getting ready to go out. My husband also had a heart transplant 3 years ago and is doing great. Oh, yes. Thank you, God. Thank you for sharing that. I'm so happy to hear that your husband is doing well. So happy to hear it. It's a journey. Definitely a journey. A scary one. So I'm thankful that we came out on the other side of things. I'm thankful that you came out on the other side of things, Risa, and thank you so much for joining me on today. So yes, I named this channel Journey to Self because the last 3 to 4 years, I guess at this point, because it was around 2020. We know what that was like. I kind of went in isolation. I went on a path of a spiritual journey and started searching for myself because I had always lived for other people. People pleaser, guilty, my whole life. To the point where I was trying to fit in with so many people that I didn't even know who I was. So I went on this journey of self-discovery. Hence, journey to self. And when you go on that journey of self-discovery, the journey leads to you. You will find out so many things about yourself and love yourself so much. Like, even with the things that I'm not happy, you're welcome, sweetheart. Even with the things I'm not happy about with myself right now, oh wait, like I love who I am. I love who I am because I've always wanted to know what my purpose is. Like, what am I here for? You know, everybody else has talents and gifts, and what do? I work in a factory. That's it. I don't do anything special. I don't have any talents. I don't have any gifts. These are the things that I told myself. The lies that we tell ourselves. We don't even realize it because it seems so real to us. It feels so real to us. Yeah, it feels so real to us. I'll tell you, I mentioned that I quit my job in January. I went, I've been at my job for 15, it would have been 15 years in March. So it was 14, going on 15 years that I had been there. And I worked in a factory and we made labels. And I was, first I was on the production side. And then I went to, salary position. That was kind of during no, it was exactly during the period of my mental emotional breakdown. And I was making decisions, permanent decisions based on temporary situations and circumstances. So when I went from production to the salary side, it was full of regrets. Something that I had wished that I had never done. And I regretted it. And I lived in a state of regret. And I was so unhappy during that period. And when I went to that side, I was then already unhappy with that job. But, I live in a small town. And it was one of the better paying jobs. And I just really didn't feel like starting over. But I was just so unhappy. And, I've always wanted to be a stay-at-home wife. But our finances never saw fit for that. So in this her economy, two people got to work. So I said, well, if I can't be a stay-at-home wife, then I'd like to have a work from home job. That's close enough. So I had started about 3 years ago looking for a work from home job. And then I got offered one and then I got scared. So I turned that job down and stayed with my company on the salary side, miserable, for about 1.5 years. And then, applied for a couple jobs here and there, but kind of felt like I can't start over. I have our insurance and my husband needs a heart transplant and, we need this and we need that. And, I'm too old to start over anywhere else. So I'm just going to stay here and be miserable. And I really did feel like I was stuck. I use those words. I'm stuck. We are not stuck. We are not a tree. We are not stuck. Lies that we tell ourselves. So I went on vacation from my job. I had 7 weeks of vacation. Another reason that I didn't want to leave. But I'm like, weeks, whatever 52 minus 7 is, the rest of them weeks that I have to be at this job, it's not worth it. They can have them 7 weeks. I want my life. I want my life. I want to be treated with respect. And I don't want to do this anymore. So I left on vacation the end of December with plans on going back in January. But then I got a job offer at the end of December for a work from home job. Wasn't with a very good company, but I didn't care. I just wanted out of there. So I accepted the job. Um, Thankfully, my husband is a veteran. So they took over paying for his heart transplant. So that didn't keep me at the job. Once again, lies we tell ourselves. I told myself that, well, we need the insurance, because of his heart. And I knew that he was a veteran and that they would pay for it, but I never really looked into it. Right. So once I started researching, I was like, I'm not stuck here and I'm not staying here. So I took that job. Well, about a week and a half into my training, we got a donor heart. So I had to quit that job because you cannot miss while you're training. So I had left that job. My husband needed my undivided attention anyway. So I have been unemployed from January until now. But guess what? I got a job offer that I accepted on Monday, and I start from a work from home job with an amazing company May 28th. So I'm so excited about that I can almost squeal. This has been a dream job for me. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you, sweetheart. This is also the job. Thank you, Risa. I love you. Mwah. The job that I turned down 2 years ago. They offered me a job 2 years ago. It was my dream job, and I let fear stop me. I let fear and lies that I was telling myself stop me from taking the job. And then I had been applying again since then, and I kept getting rejected and declined with my resumes and applications. And once I accepted the job, like on the website, your candidate website where you apply at, it shows like how many applications you have in. Yeah. How come I had 26 applications in? Hey, I was not giving up. 26, 27, 27, because the last one I got a job offer. So 27 applications I put in there. Hey, Bo. That's awesome. Everything happens for a reason. Congrats. It most certainly does. Fantastic news. Wishing you all the best with your new job. I'm delighted for you. Thank you. Thank you. I just really feel like things are starting to turn around for me in my life. And I'm like, I can exhale. So I'm so excited to be starting my new job. I got my office over there, like right across from this is going to be my YouTube filming area and my meditation and prayer area. And Risa, I know you're getting ready to go out, so I don't know if you're still here with us or not, sweetheart, but I got a question for you. So y'all see my little plants over here? This one, and I got this one back here. They're artificial. I used to have like 30 live plants. I was a plant lady, but I had to get rid of them when my husband had his heart transplant. So I was just going to ask Risa if she had, and I don't know whether or not. So, okay. Hey, Risa. So I don't know if you were a plant person or not. Was that a requirement for you all where your husband couldn't be around live plants because of the soil and the chance for bacteria? So I had to get rid of all of my live plants, but I love greenery. So this is from Walmart. So is this one. So yeah. So we make small sacrifices because he is still with us. My husband is 9 years older than I am. He is, y'all don't get me lying, 56. Hey, I even have to think about how old I am sometimes. So he is, no, he's not. No, he's not. He gonna kill me. He's 55. He's gonna be 56 in a few weeks. His birthday is May 19th. I'm 46. I'm gonna be 47. He's gonna be 56. But he was a truck driver, and he was actually on the road and in Philadelphia when he had a heart attack, and was also we found out that he had congestive heart failure in 2018. So that is what happened with him. So, but he was a truck driver, but like he's in good shape. I don't know if you all have seen his picture in the community tab. We went to a comedy show a few weeks ago, but yeah, he just, I guess you think you know what sick looks like, and we didn't. Let's see. Risa says, I still have a few live plants. They didn't tell us that, just that he needed to wear a mask and gloves when doing yard work. Okay. And it was that like at the beginning? Because I wonder if they're more strict with us because it's the beginning. He just had it in January. And I guess that's good to know, because to be honest with you, that man is hard-headed. He is hard-headed. He was outside on the mower, and he's not even supposed to be cutting grass at all. He was outside on the mower like 20 minutes before my live, and I was like, hey, first of all, what are you doing on there? Second of all, I'm getting ready to go live, so you can't be cutting grass. But yeah, he don't listen. So, but he does wear a mask. So that's good to know that. And I know different doctors like operate differently. So maybe some are just have different methods. So the fact that your doctor said it was okay, or his doctor said it was okay from the start. Okay. So actually that's good to know. I can kind of breathe. These are like, maybe they're just a little bit more strict, So that's good to know. I don't know if you guys saw or not. I have to stay on my husband. He is definitely hard-headed too. Woo! And you know what? My husband is an amazing man. But I'm telling you, I'm starting to notice more and more that he's getting a little bit more stubborn. I wonder if it's the new heart stubborn. Oh, let me ask you something else, Risa. And then we'll get back to this. I'm sorry, y'all. But it's only so much fasting talk we can do, right? I don't want to keep talking about food because I can't eat none. Risa, did you all have the opportunity to meet the donor family? Because what we were told is that they give the donor family a year, because of course they need that time to grieve before they approach them to see if they want to meet my husband. And of course he wants to meet them, but the way they said it would work is in a year they will contact the donor family and contact my husband to see if they want to meet. They both have to agree to it in order to meet, or they cannot meet. So, I was just curious if that's how it worked with your husband as well. Let's see. Oh, I had mentioned, I think in my last video, I'm going to be live Saturday for my son's birthday. My firstborn, Jalen, passed away in 2014. And he's been gone. It'll be, it was in November, so it will be 10 years. Man, it don't seem like it's been that long. So his birthday is Saturday, and he would have been 30 years old. He was 20 when he passed away. And so I have felt led to share his story about his life, his legacy, how he passed away, my grief journey on his birthday. I feel like that is such a powerful way to honor my son on that day. So if you're free, if you got some time, if you don't, you can catch the replay, hopefully. I will be live on Saturday at noon Eastern Standard Time to share my baby boy with you. He made me a mama. I was 16, y'all. I was 16 when I had him. Yes, so we grew up together. Let's see. No, we wrote to them at 6 months and haven't heard back from them. So since we have not heard anything, my husband has not written back. We had to wait 6 months in Alabama. Okay. So did they give you all their contact information? Is that how you all, like, you do know who the family is? Because I don't think we'll get to find out. If they say no, then from my understanding, we won't have like their information to contact them. So sorry for your loss. I can't imagine how hard that is. Yes. I've said before that my 13-year-old is my saving grace. And whew, I'm telling you, God knew what he was doing when he gave me that boy. He'd been a handful, and I just could not check out on him. I just could not. So I had to keep going, and probably why I suppressed my grief, but time and a place for everything. So I'm working through those things currently, and in the past I have. I want to make sure that I'm touching on everything that I intended on touching on, and I got some notes over here because this memory, my memory is not well at all. Let's see. Bo says you can have live plants. Soil can have molds and bacteria, but he shouldn't be mowing if he's pushing or pulling. Also, general protocol is 1 year before allowed communication with donor family. FYI. Okay, thank you for that information. Thank you. I'm a cardiac nurse. Ooh, I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell him. So you know what? You know who was in my life? A cardiac nurse. And you better get off that mower. He's riding it, but still, they told him that because of the bacteria, like I guess the bacteria, I don't really know. I don't really quite understand what. Thank you, Elle. Thank you. Quite understand about the grass cutting. I just know if they're doing construction around or cutting grass around or cutting down like corn, because we got a cornfield behind us, he can't be outside unless he's got a mask on. So I'm not really sure of the science behind that. Also had open heart surgery for birth defect 3 years ago. Oh, wow. Are you doing good? I hope that you are doing great. 3 years ago. So I'm hoping that are you beyond that? Like, besides, of course, having the surgery, is it something that you will have to continue to, do you have to take medicine for it, or something that you'll have to have another surgery in the future for, or multiple surgeries? I'm curious. Let's see. I don't want to miss the comments. We know. Okay. Risa said, we know nothing. We wrote through the donation agency for our state. Okay. I see. Okay. Risa said, my husband was released to do physical activity at 6 months. He was told we had to move out if we had renovation in our house. Oh, okay. Okay. That's amazing, Bo. That is amazing. I'm telling you, medicine and science. Whew, thank God for it. You know, and we're so fortunate to live in this time that we live in. Because I have personal experience on how time and medicine, technology, all of those things have advanced to the point where if it had been a different time, Bo, my husband, Reese's husband, may not have been as fortunate as they are to be on the other side of things, to where they're actually recovering or recovered from what they've been through. I know for myself, I told you about my daughter, but I also lost a baby. I was 20 weeks pregnant. She was stillborn. And now, the way medicine has advanced, you can have a baby and survive at 20 weeks or 22 weeks. To where back then, in 2005, there wasn't a possibility. So we're very fortunate to be living during this time. And I'm so happy that you guys are on the other side of things. And then you are with me on today. So lifting weights, fasting, etc. Awesome. Risa, gotta go. We'll try to catch you live on Saturday. Take care, everyone. Thank you, Risa, for joining us. Enjoy your evening, sweetheart. Bo says absolutely, but you still have to mindful and ask questions. All meds aren't good meds. Right. Okay. And I appreciate the information, because we are doing the best we can. And with the information that we have, he has an amazing team of doctors. But people are human, and still things get overlooked. So my sister is a physician, and I'm telling you, if it hadn't been for her throughout this journey, helping us in the late night hour when we had questions or was scared, when he had congestive heart failure, and things, that we had to lean on her heavy. Let's see, guys. I'm going to have to probably tighten up some of my talking points, because I done got off track, I think. My question. The last couple of weeks, I've done Fast With Me lives. I've enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this tonight, because the last couple times I didn't have anybody to interact with. So you all just don't know. You have made my day by being here. You just don't know. So would you guys be interested in a weekly Fast With Me live on what is today? Wednesday? And I know that we're not all on the same fasting protocol, because I think there's OMAD, and then I got to look back through. I'm trying to remember what you ladies told me that you were doing, but I know that you're not doing the ADF. So I don't know if you'd be interested in a weekly fast with me or not, where we can talk about fasting and talk about just anything that we like. But I really want to focus on Bo. How's your fasting going today? How's it going? I was just gonna ask you if you're drinking your water. This is my handy dandy water bottle. And because I've been running my mouth, I need to take a sip because I'm really dry. Thank you. And you don't even have to answer me now. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put a poll on my channel, and you can vote there to let me know if you'd be interested in a weekly fast with me. I know that right now, of course, I'm unemployed. Well, no, I'm not. I'm not going to say that. I'm not unemployed. I got a job. But it just don't start till May 28th. So, I'll have more free time up until then. But if you all would, and it don't necessarily even have to be this long. We had some technical difficulties at the beginning, so that's why we was like 12 minutes in before we even got to talking because of whatever. Bo, it's going great. Vanessa, I lost 9 pounds last week. Yeah, with ADF. Maybe it was mostly water weight, but I'm new to this. Bo, that's awesome, Vanessa. Yes, it is. And I'm going to tell you, Vanessa, when I need to be telling myself, because I do the same thing. It's probably water weight. That's what I would say to myself. I don't care. Don't. You sacrifice for that 9 pounds, girl. If you do an ADF or intermittent fasting period, you're sacrificing. So give yourself the credit that you deserve, ma'am. You lost 9 pounds, period. The end. Nothing else. And I'm glad you said that, though, because I am speaking to us both when I say give yourself credit. I don't care if it was water weight or not. It don't matter. It was 9 pounds. I lost 9 pounds. And it's only the beginning. You're very welcome. I'm giving you your flowers, girl. Take them. Here they are on my shirt. Oh, was it my bra showing? Look at me. I'm getting a little too comfortable. I'm giving you your flowers, honey. I'm giving you your flowers. You know, I said that I was getting off topic, but I think that I just, you're welcome, dear. You're welcome. I think that I just kind of knew what I wanted to talk about because I'm looking at my talking points. I'm like, oh, I did say that. I did say that. I did say that. Y'all, let me tell y'all something funny. I enjoy Starbucks refreshers. And I am in a water talk group on Facebook, and somebody posted that you can buy Keurig, I think Donut Shop. Keurig, Donut Shop makes them. They're the refresher Keurigs. So you put it in your Keurig like you would a regular K-cup for coffee, and it's going to, but you put a, I don't have a setting for cold water or ice or whatever these fancy machines I was reading about. I just have a regular Keurig, so I had to fill my cup up with ice, put the K-cup in. I like the pineapple, and I bought the pineapple and the strawberry, but I've only tried the pineapple. So anyway, I was in Kroger, and that's where our Starbucks is. And I decided that I was going to ask them for the refresher cups. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's just a clear cup that they would put like an iced coffee or anything like that in. But it comes with the top that you sip out of. Not the hole for the straw, just a sipper top. And so I stopped and I said, this is probably kind of an odd question, but can I have a couple of your, I'll buy them, but your cups that you make your refreshers in? And she was confused by why I was asking for that. And then she didn't quite understand what cup I was talking about. And one of her coworkers understood the assignment. And so she started getting together what I was asking her for. And I said, just, I bought some refresher cups and K-cups. And I just want a true at-home Starbucks experience. I want to be drinking it out of the same cup that you would be making it in for me if I came in here. And she was like, oh, okay. She probably thought, who is this weird lady? But the funny thing is, when I got ready to walk away, she said, where do you work? I said, nowhere. I hadn't even got my job offer yet. She said, no. I said, nowhere. And then I got in the car and I was like, why did she ask me where I worked at? Y'all, I bet she thought I was with corporate. I swear. She probably thought I was with Starbucks corporate, trying to test out to see if she was going to give their cups away. That's what I think. I mean, why else would she ask me that? So anyway, it don't take much to make me laugh, y'all. So sometimes I do tend to get tickled with me, which is a good thing. especially with a lot of the negative self-talk that I've said to myself, that, hey, if I can laugh and smile at myself, then it's a good day. Control. Bo, I'm telling you, I know it's what it was. She was probably like, I don't know what to do. Am I finna lose my job because I'm giving away company products? I offered to pay for them. But anyway, I just got a little kick out of it. And if you like a refresher, I have tried the pineapple. Nothing at home is ever the same as going to the place. But I enjoyed it. Now, it's not necessarily, I would have to have it on my feast days. It is 70 calories, which I don't think is bad because I'm not having to add any sweetener or anything like that to it. But if you're watching carbs, which I probably need to, but I ain't, it's 17 carbs. So, if you don't like it, it's a little sweet. So if you wanted to like water it down, I guess you could do half and half, and have mainly water with a little taste of pineapple, like not as strong as of a flavor. I got a whole water bar in my kitchen, so I did it. I started to film it, but I haven't finished it yet. I know one of my subscribers asked for, she said she wanted to see my water bar, so I'm going to be showing you guys my water bar. My family was like, you always doing something. I mean, if I do it, I'm going to give it 110%. So I got a whole what you all see. You'll see it. You'll see my water bar. It's a little fancy. I like it. And we drink more water. And people say, what at this point, if you're putting syrup in it and you put in the powder, the flavor in it, then it's not even water anymore. I'm not trying to replace water. This is full of plain water, and this gets filled up 2 to 3 times a day. And I'm constantly drinking out of it. I don't even allow flavored water in here because I don't want to have to, like, in my mind, if flavored water has been in here, then I'm going to taste it a little bit, so I just never had anything in here but plain old water. We are doing the water bar and the flavored waters in order to prevent us from drinking like soda, sugary drinks, juice, Kool-Aid, stuff like that. We're not trying to replace plain water. We're trying to replace like soda and things that are, loaded with sugar and stuff. So even my husband and my son was laughing as I was creating my water bar. But guess who's drinking my water now? Them. Now. Control. So a few years ago, and this for me, ties into my relationship with food in some form or fashion. A few years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, me and my husband we were in marriage counseling, and I felt like we were going to go to counseling and fix him. And I actually gave him an ultimatum, like, either you're going to counseling or I'm leaving, because we need to fix you. Promise, that's what I thought. He did not want to go because the therapist we were going to was already my private therapist. I was already seeing her. He felt like we were just going to gang up on him or whatever, but he went. Y'all, how come I found out I was the problem as well? I was not expecting that. I thought I was the perfect one in this marriage. No, ma'am. And one of the main things I found out was that I have control issues. Me? My sister was like, yeah, have you met you? No, I had not. Because I've just been more self-aware and learning myself over the years. So no, I had not met that side of me. She was like, yeah, basically everybody in the family knows that you got control issues, but apparently me. So, I have gotten better with it, but I still know that it's part of my DNA. So what I had decided to do was use it for my good and my benefit. Instead of it working against me, I was going to let that work for me. So that I have applied it because I try to set an intention with everything that I do these days. And that's where being mindful. Mindful May. That's where being mindful comes in at. So I set an intention of using my control for my good. How? I am controlling when I eat, how I eat, what I eat, and I've never been able to do that. I've never been able to do that in the almost my adult life anyway. So I was 16 when I had my son Jalen, and after that I thought I was grown and knew everything. So you couldn't tell me nothing then. My mom would have to tell y'all because she tried, but I'm getting it back because my son thinks he knows everything now. But so I'm using that control, and yes, I'm going to apply it to something that is going to benefit me. If I'm going to have control issues, I'm not going to self-sabotage my marriage when it is a happy, healthy, thriving marriage. But I was living in my trauma. So I was bleeding on the person that did not cut me. If you've ever heard of that phrase before, it goes something like, if you don't heal from your trauma or heal from what hurt you, you will bleed on the people that didn't even cut you. And that's exactly what I was doing. And so thankfully, my husband is a very understanding, patient, forgiving man. And we're on the other side of those days as well. And I'm the happiest I've ever been in my whole life, in my marriage, because that scare, I mean, I appreciated him even before that happened, but when you feel like you're that close to possibly losing somebody, of course it gives you a different outlook, and you tend to appreciate them even more. So I am just checking my notes, lovely ladies, to make sure that I cover everything that I wanted to talk about today. But what I want you all to walk away from this live knowing is that you have the power to create the life that you love. I did a vision board this year, and I was very intentional. I had a vision board party and didn't even work on mine with the ladies that came to my party at my house, because I needed to really quiet the noise and decide specifically and very intentionally what I wanted to go on my vision board. What is my vision for my life? Because I'm 46 and it is time for me to be present with me and change my life. So I made some very major decisions, with the intention of creating a life that I love. That's why I quit that job. That's why I got me a new work from home job that I'm getting ready to start. I'm very excited about. And let me tell you how my interview went. The interview was scheduled for 45 minutes. And of course it was a virtual interview. And 10 minutes into the interview, she says, I normally don't do this, but I'm very impressed with your resume, very impressed with the way you present yourself, and I'm going to recommend you at the top of my list for hire. That was it. And I was like, oh my gosh, did I get the job? And she was like, I can't offer you the job. I can only recommend you. The recruiter has to contact you, but you'll probably be hearing something next week. And I did. She didn't need to finish interviewing me. And I was telling my sister how excited I was. Like, she said this. And my sister was like, yeah, I'm not surprised. You can do great things. You don't see it. So I want you all to know that you have the power to create a life that you love and that you are more powerful and capable than you will ever know. Because we are usually the last ones to see it. Yeah, we're usually the last ones to see it. But better late than never. And I'm going to keep on telling you until you believe it yourself. Yes. Yes, I am. I want to make sure I don't forget anything. I'm a list maker, y'all. A list maker. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to leave y'all with this because I don't want to hold you too long because I'm so grateful for the time that you have given me thus far. You have no idea. You have no idea. Because I was talking to an empty room the last 2 weeks. So this, y'all have made my night. I'm dancing. You hear me? I'm making sure before I give you what I want to say. Oh, 2 things. Another thing. I'm going to change. So I've done 2 videos so far with my weigh-in where I video myself stepping on the scale. And I had, because it sounds cute, like Taco Tuesday. You're welcome, Vanessa. Weigh-in Wednesday sounds good too, right? You know why weigh-in Wednesday ain't good? Because weigh-in Wednesday follows Taco Tuesday. So I'm going to do my weigh-ins on Thursdays when I'm getting that. I will still make a video and share with you all my weight. And you see me getting on the scale, but it's going to be on Thursday. I want to weigh in the day after a fast, not the day after a feast. So that I just wanted to make you aware of that. And don't you know it, girl? Don't nobody want to weigh in after Taco Tuesday. Not me, because I'll be enjoying Taco Tuesday. I mean, I feel like with the sacrifice that I'm making doing ADF, I can at least enjoy Taco Tuesday. I look forward to it. So I don't need to weigh in the day after that and make me feel guilty about Taco Tuesday. That ain't fair. So I will be weighing in. You're welcome, Eileen. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. Thank you, Vanessa. I'm going to leave y'all with one last note. And then I'm going to set y'all free to enjoy the rest of your evening because you've made mine. I have a request for you, for anybody who stumbles upon this video and makes it to this point of it where we're almost ending. Check in with yourself. whether it's in here, you say it out loud and speak the words, write it down. I was texting with my niece the other day. Her name is Sapphire. Beautiful, beautiful girl. And I was texting with her and I asked her how the kids was doing. How's Emerald? How's Onyx? And then I said, how is Sapphire? And I did that with intention because that's how I get down. Because we're so used to saying, because I'm from the South. So everybody you meet, how you doing today? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? And I always say, I'm fine. Fine and you? Fine and you? But if somebody says, how is Vanessa today? How is Aileen today? It personalizes it. I know that when people have told me or asked me, how's Demetra doing? Versus how are you doing? It personalizes it. It makes me have to think about it. Because if they took the time to ask me how I'm doing by name, then I need to really check in with me and ask myself, how am I doing? And sometimes the answer to that is not good. And sometimes it puts me in my feelings. And sometimes I need it though, because I suppress so much. So check in with you. Because we, as women, I'm speaking on me specifically, tend to move in autopilot. And then we're not checking in with ourselves. I'd be like on a hamster wheel sometimes, just chasing my tail, trying to catch up, taking care of everybody but ourselves. No, it's not fair to us in our lives. We cannot live our lives for other people. It's too precious. So I want you to ask yourself, how are you doing? How's Vanessa doing? How's Aileen doing? Whoever else stumbles upon this video, call it by name. How's Demetra doing? That makes me think. Because it's not typical that you would say that, to a person. You would just say, how are you? No, call you by name, because your name matters. You matter. Your life matters. Your time matters. So I thank you for your time tonight. And before I get in my feelings and start shedding some tears, y'all, I'm going to leave you with love and so much good energy. I thank you for your patience. And I'm going to work on whatever happened so that we don't have this problem on Saturday. And if you can join me on Saturday, I so appreciate it. If anybody stumbles across this video, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. We are going to have a good time over here. Thank you, God, for these beautiful women. Thank you for your time, ladies. I appreciate you for rocking with me. And I'm going to put a poll up to see who all would be interested in another, a weekly fast with me. And I guess I'll leave you with that. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you both so very much for your dedication and time tonight with me. Can I say thank you enough? Enjoy your evening. And I hope to see you very, very soon. And I'm going to post the link. Don't forget to check in the description box once I get this live up. It may be tomorrow because I think it takes like YouTube 24 hours or something to post everything in a live. But check back if you are interested in the PDF for the 12-week year so that your journey to self will lead to you. With that, ladies, good night. I love you both, and I'll see you next time. Mwah. Oh, I need to end this live. I forgot I got too much going on over here. Okay, end stream.